And this was all. This was when the gun bill was going through, and I called my U.S. Representative to the House of Representatives, Tim Waltz, and I called his office. I got a secretary. I got a male secretary, and I asked, if the congressman was in, and if I could speak with him. And he said, no, the congressman is very busy right now. What would you like to tell him? Like, well, I would like to talk to him, not you. I want to talk to my congressman, the guy that was elected into office, not you. Not some freaking lackey secretary that won't even give him my fucking message. I want to talk to him. I never got to talk to him. The phone hung up on me. They hung it up. Now, I've written to Al Franken, and I got a generalized letter back. Thank you for your concern, and, being involved in politics, yada, 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 the standardized letter. Okay. Now, and this is the kind of luck I've been having. I don't know about the rest of you guys out there, but I mean, someone even told me when I first started this that, being in Minnesota is going to be an uphill climb, just being there. Now, I do have to say there is one representative. However, he's only my state representative. He's not my U.S. representative. He's only my state representative here in St. Paul, and he is Republican. Steve, I'm gonna botch this name. Dawaski. Yeah, Steve Dawaski, I think. Anyways. Great guy. And when I called to talk to him, because he's actually, like I said, he's my state representative, and he was actually authoring a bill that would nullify any federal gun regulations or gun laws. And, and when I called to talk to him, I got his secretary, and I left a message. But he called me back the next day. Imagine my surprise when I answer the phone and it says, yes, this is Congressman Steve Dawaski returning your phone call. I'm like, wow, finally someone answers. And me and him actually talked for a good half hour to 45 minutes, and he had to let me go. Because he had to be in committee in about like 3 minutes, and he wanted to still talk to me, and it's like, whenever you're down in the district, come see me. But and I told him, hey, at one point, yes, I was a Democrat. During the Clinton administration, I was a Democrat. During the George W. Bush administration, I was a Democrat, and but during the Obama administration, I don't even want to call myself a Democrat, honestly. That's why I'm calling myself moderate. Granted, there are some views that I do take the Democratic side on. However, when it comes to the key issues like gun control and the Constitution and our Bill of Rights, I'm very conservative on that. I believe that every American, whether you're white, black, Asian, Chinese, gay, straight, whatever, atheist, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, every American should have the freedoms that are in the Constitution. Those certain inalienable rights that Thomas Jefferson wrote in a Declaration of Independence. That among these rights, of these unalienable rights, among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And, those words right there, I mean, almost just sums up what, this country is all about. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Because if you remember through going through school, I mean, you remember reading about the American dream, about how you could grow up to be somebody. It didn't matter what your father was, or his father before him, or what your family did or didn't do, or if they were criminals or not. You yourself, you as an individual, could do something. You could make something of your life, and you could live the American dream. Well, the American dream, folks, is shattered. There is no dream. The American dream is turned into a nightmare, where no longer is the American dream feasible for American citizens, but it sure as hell is feasible for illegal aliens or illegal immigrants. What about us? We were natural born citizens here in the United States. And you mean to tell me that an illegal immigrant that hopped the border has more civil liberties and civil rights and more rights to the Constitution and more government handouts or whatever than me? Or you? You, the American citizen? I mean, is that fair? No, it's not fair. Now, am I saying that we should treat these illegal aliens or illegal immigrants, poorly? No. No, I don't think we should treat them poorly. I don't think, I think, they should be deported. I believe they should go back to their own country. And if they want to come back to the United States, go through the proper channels. Do it the legal way. And yes, I know there's a lot of fucking red tape when it comes to becoming a citizen of the United States. It takes a long time. Much, much too long, if you ask me. It takes about an average of 7 years. And when our ancestors, my ancestors, when they came here from Oslo, Norway, and in the 1840s, 1850s, they stopped by Ellis Island. They went through the checkpoints. They registered their name. They were checked for lice and any health concerns or diseases. They were clean bill of health. There's America. Go. Make something of it. That's all it was. But now, immigrants that want to come to the United States, and I'm not talking about the immigrants, violent offenders or criminals, or I'm talking bona fide, true to God immigrants that all they want to do is come to the United States. Why? I don't know. But, it could be that, even though with all of this cover up, all these conspiracies going on in our government, that America still is the land of opportunity and is still the land of freedom. At least so far it is. Till now. Well, who knows when it'll change. But, and then, we got, and we not only talk about revolution here on this show, but, let's talk about another revolution that's going on here in America right now. It's the religious revolution. The Muslims. Just recently, if you saw your Facebook feed, you probably saw a very disturbing video of Islamic men beheading a British soldier in London, on the streets of London. There's and you look at the video, and the guy comes right up to the video. His hands are all blood stained still. And he's holding the machete, he's holding the knife. and there's just people on the sidewalk just staring there, looking. And here's this guy, no mask, no nothing, taking full responsibility and basically saying a jihad, and that he was an infidel. And, and this is how, they handle things in their country. And, and that we should get used to it. No, that is not how, at least not, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for London or the UK, but I'm pretty sure that's not how shit is handled there. But here in the United States, we have a little thing called the rule of law and due process. Something that Muslims or, Islam doesn't really seem to want to follow. And you kind of wonder, okay, Nick, where are you going with this? Where are you going? I'm talking about Sharia law, folks. That's right, Sharia fucking law. Which basically is Islamic law, okay? And why this is getting so much support from Democrats is beyond me. Okay, anyone that's a female, I mean, if you are a female, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, but if you're female, you should be totally against this. You should be totally against Sharia law. In there, it actually says that you, the women, if you are married, have to perform your wifely duties. In other words, have sex with your husband whenever the hell he wants. There was recently, maybe not too recently, but a year or two, maybe 3 years ago, a court case in, I believe it was either Connecticut or Vermont. One of the two states up there. Anyways, it was in the New England area. But a Muslim woman filed charges on her Muslim husband for rape because he came in and constantly raped her in her bed over and over and over again, even though she was screaming, no, stop it, don't, no. The court upheld Sharia law. It actually upheld it, saying that it was the man's religious freedom. Okay, all right. His religious freedom. Well, how about in the Quran? And Jesse, I know you know this because you posted it on your page, brother. And I'm glad you did because we talked about it months and months ago. BK actually talked about it in depth, really, about it. And but basically, you want Sharia law to be legalized, Democrats? Then you are opening the floodgates for our children. Yes, our children to be molested by Muslims. Because according to the Quran, the Islamic Holy Bible, their prophet Muhammad took on a wife when she, the wife, was only 7 years of age. And Jesse, you had posted an article on your page, Keep America American, and I'm sure Protect Americans' Rights also saw this and probably posted on their page as well, about this march of all these Muslim men that had to be 25, 30 years of age that were marrying 6 and 7-year-old girls. They were in wedding dresses. 6 and 7 years old. I have a daughter that's 6 right now. There's no fucking way. There's no way you're ready for marriage at 6 or 7 years old. And I actually said this on Jesse's page, and I actually threw up when I said that, when I typed this out. But let's go down the slippery slope, shall we? Sharia law, all right, it's passed. Okay, let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's passed. Even though we're going to fight it tooth and nail, and, there's probably going to be fighting in the streets about this. But, just for, the sake of the argument, let's just say Sharia law passes, and now guess what? all of those sex offenders that we